Inini Ollah. Ndichakudai. I think I'll just go for my mushe.
Zmashuela, are you for real? Zamari.
Tisina to vibe.
Zan papi.
Unoboa, unatsondipe mari, but sometimes we're busy. Inini ndiri busy. So
okay, but can't we work it out? Can't we just work something out? No. Is there any way you ndishigadzirisa my mistakes?
Kana tsvaga munhu anoendera newe ndangotsvaga anoendera newe. No hard feelings.
But inani ndikushayika.
Kana, I think you find someone, hey?
But saka urure kuti kana tarambana uchatongori mu life mangu.
Yeah, I might be there and there, but I wouldn't talk to you much. And especially ndikazwana mumwe munhu fast, I will block you.
You block me?
Yeah.
That's even heartbreaking.
The views expressed by our guests in the following video are solely the opinions of our guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and or opinions of the Ollah 7 podcast show. Viewer discretion is advised.
Oh yeah. Did I do it right? Oh yeah. Muyazoti-fila.
Mukuvepi? Agezi makachena. Makageza. Salty.
Sakachena.
Tomaudzere.
Yes, we can tell them.
Munoziva kasonga yenza yekuti ndamuka ndine kafesi kanodhura.
Exactly.
Ndarova kadance kanodhura. Honorable member. How are you feeling today?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you? Honorable
I'm great. The delegation is, outside. It's fine. All protocol observed.
So guys, it's been good. Like Anzina and Aisha, guys, we're coming from a very, very important, high-end meeting.
Oh yeah.
Yes. We're sitting in these big meetings. Like my board chair, my CEO,
honorable members,
you know. Exactly.
Not to brag,
yeah,
but kwangatiri you could tell kuti kune vanhu chaivo
right,
ini ndangoti ndichitopinda paya ndinoona muresi anongonzi honorable ndosaka tikuchitima honorable
we're
rubbing shoulders. Honorable Ollah, honorable minister.
Exactly.
In the imbashi atapinda inopisa.
Maybe just let us just tell them to know, guys. We're just coming from the State House.
Yes.
And the president was launching the media policy, new media policy.
Oh yeah.
For the past 40, how many years now? Independence.
Yeah, 43.
43 years. 43 years of independence. Yeah. 43 years of independence. Zimbabwe tangatisana a media policy.
Yes.
That guides how media houses should, operate. Tango guide whatever ethics and here and there. But panga pasana the policy. Like a document, a written document, media. Now, Ndora Ngarichi launched today officially with the president.
Yes.
So we were invited. As we are, I think some people they don't really know that we are a media house. We are Giant Media. That's our company.
You see now,
it's Giant Media.
Now you know.
And maybe trading as the Ollah 7 podcast because. We've got this podcast, we've got my live streaming, we've got a lot of services. Even our website, we also do news as well. So we were there as the Giant Media, together with Yayha.
Yes.
So Vanangari, the
I can
directors.
actually pinpoint who was there.
Yeah.
There were honorable members, right, of the state, officials of the state, and then major broadcasters and media houses of the state.
Not only of the state, even the private. They were there, but
major,
to
be precise,
the editors, the editor, the CEO. I saw the CEO of Buzz, Broadcasting Authority of Zimbabwe. I also saw the CEO of ZBC. I saw CEO of guys, honestly, the Zim Papers. All these guys. And like she said, the member of parliament, they were there.
But
Yeah.
It was, I think my MPs were
a
few, but my minister, I think almost akawanda almost is
Tilma, I saw Honorable Ziambi Kazembe, I saw Tatenda Mavetera, I saw Honorable Matuke, Minister of State for Devolution. These are the for Harare Metropolitan Province as well. Yeah,
my ministers, most of them were there.
But the agenda there, it was the media policy.
Yes.
One thing that President reiterated in my media houses should promote the local content more, and also radio stations, TV stations. Let's talk, positively about our country.
That's true.
Not demonizing it. Let's create good content for the country.
That's true.
As a country, we've got our own problems. We've got serious problems.
Every country has problems.
And right, but let's not put the problems forefront. Content and that's what President my content creators as well. Most of the
I saw that coming. Yeah,
content creators, even the broadcasters, must not produce content yeku compete. Inenge competition yeku plus content yekuti tiri kudzikisira ma standards enyika yedu nekuda ma views. Right? We should promote, our culture nezvimwe zvakadaro zvenyika yedu. So I think pariri kugavena kunyanya kuti Yayha iwe hauchangosasa twese nekuti uri munyori wenewspaper, hauchangosasa twese nekuti uri mushamarari weparedio na TV kana kupodcast, but taurawo zvakanaka about your country.
That is true,
right?
That is true.
But there's a thin line between freedom of expression ne content creation in mto iwoyo as well. It's really limited, but at least there's a guide.
Yeah, for me, I think that was a very good point and very precise, because when it comes to media broadcast in Zimbabwe, yes, we have problems. Yeah. But mostly now you see people who rather not publicize how beautiful we have been tourism, how much we have been. Infrastructure development in Zimbabwe has been great ever since Emerson came, His Excellency came, right? So that phase is being tarnished. But they're forgetting that let's always talk about the shift from Patakatanga 2017 and also do report on that as well. Because now we find it easier to say, but now no, but road yekubva kuno ndakanaka kana Bulawayo chaiya ndisangane nepoto ndikafamba ndichienda kumasvingo handisikusangana nepoto. So I think it was one of the pointers that are very stressful and very keen when it comes to other countries. Other countries actually have same policies. I was doing my research and there's a country and a policy Asia you have to talk about what's really happening in your country, the good side as well, why it attracts even more tourism to the country. And more tourism means more revenue for your country, and you're attracting the right people, right investors to come and see your country. I
think what's really important here is, not to politicize everything. We have got this tendency of just politicizing every single thing.
Yeah, true.
Okay? If I say hakuna mvura, the way and mvura into politics. Yes, but I think
everything's centered on the politics.
But it is true that it is
everything is political.
Yeah, everything is political. But I think it's allowed to a certain extent, right? We should also understand that we are Zimbabweans, all of us we are Zimbabweans. In America, they do have their problems. In Britain, they do have their problems, but they don't put their problems the forefront for the world to see.
I think there's always the idea of how do they sell America.
Yeah.
It's not about selling your country at the end of the day.
Because America, even the media, beat CNN, beat NBC, beat ABC News, beat unonzwa America kuti inoda kutombokuenda
chero kune nhamo dzako uda ungoenda
but wapa ground
ozona kuti
and ukanzwa the way ndaro nyaya dzema human rights and what not unotofunga kuti akuna Floyd azani Floyd the guy
Mayweather yeah.
No the guy
Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, Black Lives Matter. Remember unofunga akuna zvinhu zvakadaro and kune zvimwe a lot zvakaitika in America, but the way they sometimes is wanopusha it's to do with their America first.
Yeah, that's true.
America first. So I think it's also good for Zimbabwe to then put Zimbabwe first. Let's speak about my problems in Zimbabwe, of course.
But also
Zimbabwe first.
Yes.
Zimbabwe at heart.
I remember I once had a whole TikTok about it when there was a trend and it's giving Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
You know, for me, it became like a major blow. I'm like thinking, why is it's giving Zimbabwe? It's not narrating that it's nice.
Yeah.
Yakadakwa.
Everything Zimbabwe.
Yakadakwa. Muna accent yakadakwa. Muna kushaya. It's giving Zimbabwe. But now we're actually centering everything on it's giving Zimbabwe. Why do we have to do that?
Any product from Zimbabwe. From Zimbabwe.
No, guys, that's not true.
For real?
Zvimwe zvese tingatadza hedu but panyaya dzeproduction kumanufacturing industry handisuda kuita kunge ndikupromota mabrands but mazowe orange crush
because you're Yayha.
Because you're Yayha.
And other symbols as well.
Kuzambia kunotobikwa mazowe.
Yeah.
But emuzimbabwe vanotomada.
But we don't even we have no one talking about it, you understand?
Even Serevita.
You know it, but apana kumira chiti but guys kuZimbabwe kune
because panyaya standard chayo yekuproducer mu manufacturing industry we're one of the best.
But guys,
in fact we're the best.
I have a question. Are we all proud to be Zimbabweans?
I am.
Are you proud to be Zimbabwean?
I am proud to be Zimbabwean. And that's why ndichiri munyika muno because after graduation munhu wese aindudza kuti tsvaga kunze kwenyu ndikatombonzi enda kuma-cruise ship podcast ndaisiya nani.
But honestly speaking, guys, I think, yes, I am proud to be a Zimbabwean. You guys, I know some of you are proud to be Zimbabwean, but some are not. I'm proud to be a Zimbabwean. But there's this one thing: being patriotic is not being ZANU-PF. I think that should be
clear. I think that should be facts. Yeah.
You can be a CCC member. You can be an MDC member. You can be a UDP member, DDP member, or Ollah 7 member, but still being patriotic about your country. You have to defend your country whenever it's necessary.
That's true. That's true.
But I think some will say Ollah na Yayha, but I think you need to think about two sentences. I don't impose this to anyone. Yeah, but I'm just saying no. Look,
but it's common. I know it's actually a sad fact. Even if you visit other countries, other Zimbabweans are not proud to be saying Zimbabwe in a simple country like SA. Someone like South Africa so akugona kutaura kana Zulu nesuti hadi kana kutombonzi muZimbabwe, not because of the conditions they could uri mu foreigner, but generally they're not proud. You understand?
I saw this other guy on Zim Celebs. What's his name? I'm cricket player, whatever.
Oh,
I'm no longer Zimbabwe. I'm no longer a Zimbabwe. Imagine.
And you're saying it proud as it
on TV. I'm like, what the? Okay.
You understand? But so I think it's a whole mentality. I remember, trust me, it's not giving Zimbabwe. No. So are you saying in Zimbabwe we don't have people that look good? Are you saying Zimbabwe we don't have this and that? I think our mentality katika brew, you are katokura in the kato bed. South Africa has problems right now. In SA, people are struggling.
Is it?
But they're proud.
Again, South Africa, Eastern Cape, xenophobic attacks recently.
I think I saw it as well.
And until when Zimbabweans achifila sevaenzi mune dzimwe nyika, until when Zimbabweans achifila every time you're not really far.
I think it's so sad. It's so sad,
right?
One thing that people ask to know you didn't want us. Is my origins from Zambia, but I'm so proud to be Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Do not go resize round
off to the nearest to Africans.
To the nearest.
But speaking
guys, wait.
The media.
You haven't introduced yourselves.
My name is Ollah.
And I'm honorable, Goodvibes all the time, straight from the State House, fresh and all protocol observed.
All protocol. From boss to honorable.
Yes, honorable member of the state.
We have got Yayha here. Ayesha here.
Oh yeah.
We have got Patson behind the cameras here.
Pataudo.
Party.
Patson.
But anyways, guys, we want to say thank you so much for supporting the podcast. Ever since we started, we are growing each and every day.
True.
Being recognized as the biggest podcast in the country. Like Yayha said, we're coming from the status. It shows you that we're being recognized as the biggest podcast in the country. The podcast that matters as we tap into serious issues, serious matters. We touch on everything. We have fun, drama, politics. We discuss everything, sport, everything here. The biggest podcast network in Zimbabwe. So right now, to kickstart the show, Yayha, we are now officially kickstarting Aisha. Okay. Motorists in Zimbabwe must now pay for a ZBC radio license before renewing their vehicle registration or getting insurance. A new law, private car owners will pay $92 annually, that's per year, while business vehicles are charged $200. Zinara will enforce the rule by withholding registration and insurance from those without a valid license. The law has sparked public outrage. So some comments are coming from different people and saying, is the fee fair considering that most people claim not to listen to ZBC? Media groups like MISA, Zimbabwe also warn the move threatens press freedom. Yes. Also, supporters argue it helps fund public broadcasting. But many are calling for the law to be revealed. So maybe Aisha, can you just quickly give us a comparison with other African countries? I know some other African countries do pay these, license, radio stations in other countries. Yeah, true. Because I've seen people complaining that it's only Zimbabwe. Yeah, but it's not only Zimbabwe.
Other countries do the
Many
same.
other countries. I might have some issues with the pricing, the charge. I think it's a bit.
It's always about the charge, by the way.
It's a bit too much for.
It's always about the charge.
Yeah, but being kuntiba dare mari for ZBC license, for license, right? In general, I think other countries does that. Even UK, South Africa, all these other countries, they do it. It's just because Zimbabwe is something which is new, but price. Even in any the price is a bit too much. Even a company about $200. It's a bit too much, guys. And maybe set up in details. Yeah. I mean, Aisha, can you just give us the details? Yeah.
So in South Africa, they pay 265 rands, which is $14.
$14?
Yes.
And then, annually or per month?
That is per year.
Per year.
Okay.
Okay, $14.
$14.
Okay, wow.
And then in Namibia, they also pay a range of $14 to $28 per year. So, but however, like a number of African countries do not have this. For example, Kenya abolished annual license fee in 2015.
Okay.
Nigeria has no public license fee. The public broadcaster is funded by a government budget. In Ghana, it was abolished in 2015.
Okay.
And in Tanzania, there's no license fee. We also have Botswana, Haina license fee.
Okay.
And these are all state funded. If it is state funded, like in Uganda, Piwane, it's funded through taxation.
Yeah.
So pamno badara mavat enyu bye no pano vamari deku funda ma license.
Oh.
But yeah.
Okay. I think it makes sense. So the question is like, okay, if you said Uganda and Kenya,
yes.
If these countries abolished this, law in 2015, why are we then implementing it in 2025?
Well, it's not kuti we're implementing. It was already there, but now they're just taking a measure. Yekuti mubadara. Ante vazhinji venyu manga musiri kubadara.
Yes.
So now they're saying for you to comply, they're forcing you kuti unofana kuibadara usati wabadara chi.
Yaga garaji badara this.
Yes. So let me give stats on that. So there are about 1.2 million registered cars here in the country, according to my paper, and only 800,000 of them pay insurance. So meaning to say it's 1.2 minus 800,000. That's like 400,000 people that don't pay that own vehicles in Zimbabwe. So they're saying the major part of the ZBC, right, gets money from income through licensing. And as well as since Vanwa say 400,000 it means Marianga chidzikira kuma fees because that's like one of their major sources of income.
Okay.
So we're saying in 1.2, 400,000 are not paying.
Yeah.
Yes, because we didn't have a measure to make that 400,000 pay. So now the measure is intended to make the 400,000 pay for the what? For the radio license. Yeah.
But I want to understand, Aisha, what does this fee entail?
Well, this is $92 per year. It's not per month. It's per year. So you're just supposed to pay Marienyu pamunonobhadhara $25 yenyu ye-insurance ne-the $30 yemutero.
Saka inini ndokuziva kuti patikaibhadhara iri kuenda kupi?
ZBC. It's a revenue. Yes, ZBC.
Okay, so apart from adverts, ZBC are now also getting this.
They've always.
I think there's always.
Okay.
As a public broadcaster, they've always been getting it.
And okay, because people have been saying if ZBC if I produce a good content, producers say good content it is to go my license, but already some people were paying, and still they were getting adverts. So why is it that people are? Why is it that ZBC was not producing good content?
That would be a matter of opinion. Kuti ZBC aiskuburitsa good content. Yes, that is
because that's what people are saying on the streets, right?
That is a matter of perspective.
Yeah.
Because I think the problem is when we think of ZBC, tukufunga TV chete. But remember,
there's radio
stations,
in a Power FM, in a Classic 263, in a National FM,
Radio Zimbabwe,
in a Radio Zimbabwe. There's so many other stations, and when you really look at it, tikatarisa ma stats ariko. Ana National FM, ana Radio Zimbabwe, ndova ne penetration, because population yedu yem Zimbabwe yakawandira kuma rural areas, and those guys they are common, they are
very popular there.
They are very popular there, ana Radio Zimbabwe, ana National FM. So that is a way for the government and other authorities to communicate with most of the population. That's why it has to be funded. Because havana access to DSTV.
Does it also mean that there's a pay rise to the ZBC guys, like presenters, producers, like employees in general? Are they going to get like a pay rise?
I doubt. Why?
I
just said I doubt.
I want to produce good content. The pocket has to be smiling,
right?
What
was the last fees per quarter? Do you know?
No.
Because for $92, it's 23 per quarter. It's $23 per quarter. It means per team. You'll be paying $23. A year is amounting to 92 years.
You said South Africa is $14.
Yes, it's $14
per year.
But I wonder why our prices are always high. In the region, South Africa, in terms of even passport fees, our passport fees are just high. If you look at number plates fees, they are just high.
Number plates are
they're just high. And these charges, I don't know who pay gamma charges that and why? Because the general population right now ukafunga Yayha kuti alright. Zimbabwean anotambiro seni $200. Andizika $200 yangu dotenga unongwajumoka mota. Maplates ako ufana kubhadhara maplates how much?
Maplates anopisa.
Apa mari maplates?
Ndisuziva ndakazokupisa. Ndakatozwa nemunhu.
Their passport.
Last time tabhadhara mari.
So I think my prices anofana kuva a bit reasonable. Zvinhu izvi zviwe ndezvedu semaZimbabwe zvisati dhurire.
Okay.
I think mutemo ukanga uri my prices kana ari reasonable. People will not boycott.
Okay, I understand. But remember, pasati pagadzirwa, there's a process to lawmaking, and one of them is public consultation. So my public consultation anotoitwa ndopa munonzi uyai kukuya mtemo wakati anoitwa. There is no law about it.
Iwe unogara kubudiriro iwe mira kubudiriro makarire ku public meeting iyi
ndozva ndiri kutaura kuti you guys then want to complain after months bhadharai $92 but pakanzi uyai ku public consultation meeting hamuna kuenda. So now you ask kuti $92 yakaaprovwa nani? Yakaaprovwa neivavo tu vakaenda Nozongoenda kuparliament nonzi patakaita mapublic consultation 56% of the people we talk to said $92 is fine.
I'm trying to look
so we should participate in lawmaking processes.
The prices are just I'm
trying to understand taibhadhara mari nditone stress papa.
Yes, busy.
Taimbobhadhara mari
kumtero.
Yeah. 23.
Now 23 is per quarter. It means every quarter you pay 23 because I never pay annually. Top at every quarter. It was if you don't, I guess $20 a day. You know what? $3.
Ollah, you'd be arrested.
No, I won't be arrested. When I start motor yacho.
I know, but one thing about me, I roadbook is I always pay. I'm always up to date. But I think mostly, even my issue is not only on the amount, it's also on the production now. Because looking at ZBC license, I'm sure all the my fees are not channeled to ZBC, right?
Yeah.
Other private companies or whatever public institutions that are not ZBC, maybe you're not getting any of it. But quality. So my issue is, yes, it's now 92 pay. Yeah. Because also we can take them on comes to advertisers for ZBC, but how many advertisers are going to ZBC? Be honest, guys. How many advertisers are paying ZBC right now? Where are you paying ZBC and saying that but unless not button now it's very subjective because now quite a broader
not sema podcasters or sema journalists.
All right.
Atipinde mtsoka dzevanhu. Tsoka dzevanhu nemashoko evanhu right now pa Twitter, pa Facebook, on social media, even in people in general they are complaining about number one, the price, which you are saying, can I just review a price? Even not review, not mutemu. Mutemu is okay.
Yeah, the law
price,
is fair.
Number two, take a mirror ku review kwe mutemu. Kuti ziwe fair to the public, to the taxpayer. Inini ndiri kubhadhara mari. Zvazvinoda kuti nepfenyuro, dzinotepfenyura dzingava dzema television kana ma radio stations. Acho ari kubenefita in this Yayha should now produce content inokwanisa kuti munhu wese ange achida kudza achinyatsoonzwa kuti ininika value for my money, right? Value ndo yanzoti abana ndiri kuona dzandakabhadhara, because we don't want a situation whereby I think zvitaura nevanhu, not my opinion. People are saying we don't want to pay for my fees ekuti tinzwe propaganda. That's what people saying, right? On the streets. People are saying, no, I'm not propaganda. You know what? So I think, okay, move on. Is it even possible for ZBC to change their narrative somehow to suit people's expectations? Is it possible because now they are being funded or they are
that's a tight question. Even I think they should now tell us good revenue by percentage of it. Just saying, if it was 50%, now you have a 60, 65. And it away money. Now you have a 65 65. But now the major blow that we have is just the radio is slowly now being replaced with Amazon. Now we're into podcasting. Now things are moving to Spotify. Everything is moving to be online.
You guys remember?
So now you're increasing a fee of something that I've always thought, no, it's not outdated. Now that's a major blow as well they need to consider when putting their fees. Could you're putting a fees on if they're saying, okay, we're gonna change radio to become podcast directly, it's like streamer maybe online by Facebook. Instead of me listening on the radio and by Facebook, and I just and now don't guys. Honestly, in your car, you connect your radio. I'll connect my waves. You know, connect your phone. Wow, don't touch DP kind of podcast. You know, find up Spotify. Wow, can I read ZBC? We want up Facebook. Do you know you actually watch updates as ZBC on Facebook? Be honest. We now do that.
It's new media. So you wanted to say something?
Oh yeah, Panyanga is story on Yayha. There was a time, sometime back, when there was a proposal in Parliament, kuti every phone owner should actually be also paying a radio license because
I didn't think it's got to be some more. Could you say mad? I plan I cannot sang with a badge. It's got to be some more. Too much dollar per money phone.
Mota is not radio by the radio.
That used to be another case. Roadblock. Because of the radio.
I once listened to Honorable Superman Wanzira explaining this. He said, you're not paying kutunoterera radio. You're paying because your vehicle has what is called a radio transmitter. You know, receiver mass radio.
Transmit.
Koti kabisa untransmitter yacho.
Visai boys.
Iri transmitter.
But mtero muskuzopiwa.
No, I think for in and out of maybe they would have started off before bakwidza mafees. Tombo tanga tambo enforce wa kubhadhara. So that 400,000 kutaura ine mavehicles iri kubhadhara yombo bhadhara. Tojairira. Unaweza parika kujaira kuti wakubhadhara. Tova tachizo
consent pa quality of content.
Quality of content is ABC. All right.
In other stations, what about Star FM? What about ZFM? What about Nyangani FM?
Radio license, is it channeling to other stations?
That's my question as well.
It's ZBC.
Yeah.
So
it's not going to Star FM, it's not going to ZFM, Nyangani, Diamond.
Star FM and ZFM means vanozvionera.
Unless
they're commercial, in private. But there's also community radio stations which don't necessarily get money from Gigini.
Well, those are non-profit organizations. Vanofana wange vachipiwa a bit of
nestate.
And
I
think they do get
community,
but
they are funded by the community as well. They are funded by the community as well. Okay, no, that's fine.
It's fine.
It's okay, guys. Then moving on, trending stories, as talk about everything that's trending in Zimbabwe. Mighty T versus Mother Boss. I don't know what's happening on social media, but the tension is back between Zimbabwe's top social media queens, Mighty T and Mother Boss. The two have been taking subtle and not so subtle jabs at each other online. While both stars have moved, on beginning, with their careers. Move on my careers, how their beefs keeps resurfacing with every post, live video, or cryptic caption, adding fuel to the fire. Aisha, Mighty T posted something, right? Can you just maybe tell us something about Mighty T? What did she post?
All right, so Mighty T, wakapinda comment section mavo vakati hanzi inini handivhairirwe nemunhu akabviswa nyama kuti avhure bhucha Beyonce wekutemu.
And
then napanosonga Beyonce wekutemu.
Beyonce wekutemu. I just love social media sometimes.
Guys,
I know, right? I just watch it and enjoy, hey?
I think we had missed this battle, social media battle, Madam Boss and Mighty T. Remember there was Kate family and what? And what family?
Ngale.
It used to be like that before, right?
Fun.
So now it's back. And I think Zagapa Madam Boss my numbers as well, because the team Ningi, Zagapa Mighty T my numbers, then she's all my Ningi, Mighty T, team Kate family. But that rivalry, and now it's back. But I don't know, guys, is it cloud? Is it personal? One thing for sure, Mighty T versus Madam Boss is still one of the Zimbabwe's most talked about celebrity rivalries. But I don't know, are these celebrity online feuds even real? I don't understand.
No matter the tea or the sugar, me I enjoy it. Like, I can't openly say it, but I enjoy that.
You enjoy the battle?
I just love it.
Fight
because usually.
But is it real? But these guys, they were once friends.
Yeah.
Guys, nyaya.
Yeah, you are totally just.
Mighty T vakaposta vakati kana this is when Sekuru Kudo died. Kana kumba kwenyu kwakarongeka zvinoonekwa chero nepanofa hama yako. Mugo was celebrated even in his death. And then someone responded zvikanzi hapana chimwe muri kutaura Madam Boss.
But
Mighty T responds chinonzi Madam Boss.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do pakatanga nyaya yese yekuitirana malive kukomentana kuitirana tumavidhiyo. Ndakazoona Madam Boss vachitovidhiyo yavo vachiti ku-UK hakupindwe kungori kupinda mumba mako izve zvinhu chatsva nezvinhu zvavakatakura.
Mighty takamboita incident yekuramidza UK nemafuta.
Sometimes it's subtle, sometimes it's not, but panenge pachingokandwa mafight.
But it's so interesting. I don't know if it's just me who's very toxic, but I enjoy it.
Yes, better vanhu pane kakudhonzerana, even mafather anodividana, but unoona kuti mune kaelement kekuti vanhu futi vanofuela this, right? Vanaona munhu atitaura
comment yatoreply kuti pazotanga urundanda
anzi uyo vazoti Madam Boss ichi it's not like I was concerned about Chi. But I think someone now saying a lot of people were offended. But we don't play with someone's funeral. But you don't know, my numbers. At the end of the day.
And I feel like for content,
Controversy sells.
Plus, I think it's also saying that story toxic because zvinhu zvese zvinongotangira mucomment section. Munhu anozvipostera zvinhu zvaazvipostora zvakafanana nesu patinoposta and then kouya vanhu vanenge vachiti gowingiti munoona sei. Saka one day
Gaffa boys.
I've always wanted to say that to him. No, so
Gaffa.
So I feel like it's fun. Honestly, no hate. I don't pick sides, but I enjoy. Then I get over so what? No Facebook.
So Madam Boss, it's what's called turning lemon into lemonade, right?
Yeah, she did.
And the Beyonce team of is a song, but
that's fun. I wish my TT voice so yeah. Oh, that'll be hard.
My teacher says I get this boy's gonna achieve but the gospel.
No, yeah, she's not.
Can Madam Boss name gospel?
But Beyonce.
Yeah, get away. That would be fun.
No, we love you guys, Magada.
My TikTok, guys.
My TT, Madam Boss, we talk about Magada, guys. But I'm saying you took
just do something. But also what's been trending as Prince KB speaks on Zimbabwe. He wrote such a long message. Let me just read out. I quote, I've been to Zimbabwe a lot, even stayed there for a month while recording the Fourth Republic, mostly Bulawayo and Harare. I've noticed the fabric of Zimbabwe music. Its core inability to be exploited isn't a quality issue, means quality now. Because you guys actually have world-class engineers and songwriting, the issue is the type of sonics that have been consistent throughout the years, which is Zim dance. So I quote, it's a very small genre that is a subgenre in, and it is so layered to be commercially feasible in South Africa. I had also originally the new thing is Zim hip hop on the come up, and y'all have some dope Afro house DJs that are doing well around the world. I also want to state that with adopting what's happening in the world, like Amapiano for instance, the writing, the lyrical approach melodically has that dance or texture that is finding it hard to grow. And lastly, sometimes language is an issue with music growth sometimes. Otherwise, keep creating. It'll work out one day. And so nyangde kuti hanzi tikunyanya kopera here, or is it a language issue? We've had anatuku, anatuku anamapfumo anambuya stella situation. There have been international, but right now I don't know what's happening.
And also they were singing in their local languages, in vernacular, Shona,
and also do you know Amapiano? I've never heard Amapiano in English.
Yeah,
the ones that I should love.
Yeah, mostly it's
their language. The Sutu, Zulu.
I think Prince KB has a point. The fact that Zim dancehall in itself is a subgenre of something that's made in Jamaica.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Hip-hop, it's something from America.
Like it's not original.
And then tikatarisa iyo music yatikutaura yana tuku mbia stela chiweshe mapfumo. And now I think Japraiser, they're doing it in vernacular. They're doing it in Shona.
Japraiser no imbaji.
I think the traditional music.
Pane music
contemporary.
No, yeah, generally to me Sandaji.
I think it's
so hard, eh?
Afro, and also contemporary. Contemporary.
I leave my music again. Let's continue.
Zim contemporary.
Yeah,
so I was saying kuti inyaye kuti in as much as they were using Shona, vaishandisa futi the only instrument that is original to Zimbabwe, Gira. And also like Hosho, Ziri African hadzo.
Marimba.
But Mbira chaiyo iyo. That's the only instrument in kwa Zimbabwe. And that is very attractive for white people and other people who are not African. So that Mbira sound. It's so
sound, Yeah,
I think that's a good point. Yeah, I think for Zimbabwe, Chongo Tira is originality. But let's just say we're not appealing to the white people. Who's white
then
people?
That's
just
when
going
you then
to
see.
Just hitting barrier to South Africa. That's the thing to be discussed. Why is it we just not breaking barrier to SA, to Zambia,
and you
to
see
Namibia, to Botswana?
Someone in Zimbabwe trying to be a Burna Boy. Someone trying to be Davido, singing like a Nigerian guy. Yet he's a Zimbabwean.
But already there's someone who's doing it better, who knows how to do it exactly the right way.
The accent.
Yeah, I feel like Zimbabwe, it's always goody. We don't have something we hold on to.
Yeah.
For Amapiano, we've seen the transition from Pakaita Gomu, Pakaita Kwaito, Gomu. They've had transition. House music was crazy for a bit. Now we have Amapiano, but also the 3-step. I was so surprised I was doing Nanda DJ Kandakuzi.
Okay.
So there's now, I didn't know what 3-step is. Okay. I had a fight with someone. She knows Amapiano. So you see Oscar Mbio and Masong Arukubuda na Caesar, the current one Isaka trained in essay, and even in Zim, it's called 3-step. It's a certain type of beat that's not Amapiano, but it's called 3-step. It will evolve in essay, right?
But in Zimbabwe, new beats.
It's not.
We don't have.
Do we have new sound?
We haven't had a new sound because Sungura.
Yeah, Sungura is one thing that's been originally ours.
But I think producers who are watching right now, our Zimbabwean producers should come up with a new sound altogether, but which is Zimbabwean sound. It can be exported.
That's true.
Uganda, America cannot ignore. You cannot ignore my piano. You can't ignore.
Especially this time, they're all over the world. And now even Afro beats that started in Nigeria, whatever it evolved to, whatever it is, you see Anna Rema, they have their sound. You can tell the Afro beats in Nigeria. Exactly. South Africa. Maybe we need ours that can distinguish.
That's very true.
And maybe it doesn't mean we need to just do mbira. Maybe let's mix mbira, nika guitar, or voice like a beat, or voice like a bass, and then we come up with something that's unique to our taste,
Great.
Because the Zim dance is good. It's a big industry here in Zim. Usually, Junior Sprague is doing a lot. People are loving it. They're good and they're growing.
We have a lot of raw talent in Zimbabwe.
But the beats that they are vibing to or playing to, it beats originally from where? From Jamaica. So it becomes hard.
We also need to export our artists. When I say export, let's have promoter, American promoter, a British promoter, not a Zimbabwean in the UK. I mean the British promoter having their festivals and whatnot, then inviting a Zimbabwean artist, say Winky D, Ja Praiser, Silent Killer, whoever, come and Macheso to come and perform, to these big events, and to come and perform in front of Americans. Then a few Zimbabweans.
That's a good point.
To perform in front of British, British, and a few Zimbabweans, like the way we do here. When we bring Vibes Cartel to Zim, it's a Zimbabwean promoter who's bringing Vibes Cartel to Zimbabwe. It's not a Jamaican promoter in Zimbabwe who's bringing vibes, but it's Zimbabwean promoter who's bringing Vibes Cartel to Zimbabwe. Then you also see the lineup itself. The lineup, my Zimbabwean artists are now being the curtain raisers, of these big artists. Also, the gap in terms of Mari. You get Vibes Cartel for $350,000 US booking to come to Zimbabwe and perform. Then you complain to say Silent Killer
at 3,000.
Then we also complain that my chest was saying into that 10,000. Then say no. But
you're paying a whole artist
$350,000 without even complaining.
And the requirements.
And you find that Vibes Cartel will come and perform for 30 minutes on stage, but then you need Macheso to perform the next 3 hours on the same stage for $5,000. But you paid Vibes Cartel $350,000, which is killing, the brand, brand itself, and it's also, it's really the value of our artist. I think it's a clear exploitation.
Yeah, the
artists
to an extent isusu to market our music. Let's market our artists internationally. Isusu seven individuals, not artists themselves. Promoters also should also market these artists so that Paul and Yayha ku UK and it is going to show that July 1st. Let's see Britain, ma vet vakazara ku ground, ma Zimbabwe those who support.
Do you know what's crazy? The same conversation we're having tichitanga tavedu ku state house. It's giving Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
It's us the people in Zimbabwe don't go on someone's page and like and comment and say if you go to page most population is more population. So vanhu more views and more numbers.
Yeah.
But the support they bring to their artists is crazy.
It's crazy.
That page the artist Twitter say
I think the only artist
brings the vibe.
I should say lucky is Shasha. Shasha, she's from Mutare. She's doing our piano, in South Africa. And she's doing very well because she's working with Amaporisa, DJ Amaporisa, and in these other artists and collaborations with other artists as well. So I think it's Shasha because she's in South Africa and she's doing music that's being loved by South Africans as well. And South Africans, if you say Shasha, they all know Shasha. But if you say Silent Killer, they'll say who is Silent Killer? This is not a diss, but I'm just saying they will say who is that.
With her doing an essay, you can come kuenda kana kugwera ngoti Shasha ndiye anotanga kunzi Shasha uroti Shasha upi. So you see a market imwe appreciate a fast munhu asiri wavo, but isusu munhu kuti appreciate no mama cheswa kuruwa manamba.
But don't be surprised that there is a Zimbabwean guy here in Zimbabwe who doesn't know Shasha.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they ignore.
Because they ignore and we don't have the love to artist with vanhu Nigeria chiraka achita seva nongofara. Vanongo you just giving someone support.
That's very true.
Anototi ati yedu ramba chinda kumberi, It's a very valid point. And I just hope artists out there are going to put in the work and not copy other people.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you cool when you do sound yagara iriko. Ukaimba Sabana Boy, you're not cool because ariko. Ukaimba ukaita mapiano maporisa ariko kudara. So let's try to establish where we stand. There's a good guy. I don't know if you heard of Silent Ko. You know him? He has crazy sound.
Yeah, I know.
I talked to someone about it. I was like, do you know Silent Ko?
He's good.
He goes to perform in places I've seen. He's in Australia, he's in Germany. And people are there vibing to his music.
Yeah.
His latest song, you can listen to the sound, it's different.
Yeah.
I used to West End. He puts in the mbira. It's interesting.
Yeah, man, he's
and he
talented,
looks African.
Super talented.
What people don't understand, I think it's very spiritual. Most artists that actually make it outside Zim, but not very bit African. So it's rare to find someone who's too Western and a piece of
very true.
Look at Japres. Let's be honest. Do you know Japres right now? Because a white crowd is not lyric because they're fascinated with art.
The voice.
My instruments are good. They're very not local to them. They appreciate that. What is an ambia situation? Mbira. What is even an amafumo? Mbira. What is an atuku? It's mostly like we need to just sit down and understand we artists varungu.
And also I think my artist said we should also impress me with a live band. He has to play my CDs.
Aya but pani manje vasiri kugona live band.
It's about rehearsals. It's it's about rehearsals. They should rehearse. Amacheso nekugona kwaanoita kwamutomziya achita enda kupa kweti complex right now ari busy kurehearsa zvichatama on Saturday but ane makora chizita then he comes Ollah and thinks he's now a superstar. You don't want to rehearse.
Fanike Ollah unozongona pa stage. Ollah siya munhu wako iwo.
Yeah. You should be rehearsing Ollah.
Eso setombo yapa podcast. Totombo rehearsa kutukana nekusengeza vanhu.
So I think that's very very important. As we conclude this topic, guys, I also think that ma Zimbabweans, let's also embrace new art in Kuya. I mean, I posted a picture on my Instagram and on my Facebook about this Attender Chinks. I said a superstar because I believe that she is a superstar. If Agayazo push she's our own Tyler, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
She's
actually,
our own Tyler. Yeah, you understand?
Yes, tripanya Attender, guys. Nyaya yekutemwa nemakena isati yapera.
But who does that?
But
Attender akatemwa
bodoro. Do you know that? Do you know changa bodoro?
Ranga bodoro.
I know one again. I think close to her face. It was so bad. It was so
she
bad.
Just stopped singing. She
got traumatized.
Because I think it was the first time happening.
And she's young. Number one, she's young. She's trying to sing for you, and she's a new artist.
I think also
on what ground?
Target audience. You should also know your target audience.
Plus Ollah, vanhu ngavasungwe vanotema vamwe pastage.
The culture
it's so bad. Besides kutema munhu, munokana mabhodhero mascreen. Munomboziva kuti munhu aisa mascreen company iri different from munhu ari kuimba. Unopwanyirwa mascreen, unotemerwa maspika. Over munhu nekuti aboikana nesong iri kuimbwa nemunhu. That is very bad. Ida kuti dai zvitonzi munhu ari panesi pako ukamona achikanda bhodhoro, ukamenesa kupolisi opiwa kana dola. Because vanhu vakujairira.
Exactly.
You don't munhu ngaavimbe apedza handizvi kukuboa. Nyarara usasi kunzi maoko. Imbodai utotaura nyaya nemunhu ari pasai pako. Don't be talking to someone. Taura kuti munhu pateksi uyapedza wauri kuda ubva usumudza maoko.
That's very true.
Kutema ma-artists at stage should be a no. There should be a fine.
Very true.
Ukato record. I think what's good is ukona munhu pateksi pako achitema munhu murecord. Tipe face yake online ngaasungwe munhu iye.
What did you want?
Because itora sauti handizvo. Ukatema munhu nebhodhoro.
You know what? It's very very important.
Yeah.
Nyaya dzitangoti imimbe kumashows magitare. Stop nyaya dzekuda kuita kudzikisira nekutemana futi nechi ngatisimpisane pazvinhu tiri maZimbabweans guys. So moving on, Wicknell Chivayo. So Wicknell has gifted gospel musician Mambo Dutere and his wife Dorcas Vambe, Mai Dutere vacho, each a brand new white Fortuner 2.8 GT6 SUV. Additionally, he provided them with a combined cash gift of 150,000. So that's the 50,000 for Mambo Dutere and the whooping $100,000 for Mai Dutere watch. So the equation, Mai Dutere gets more than the dudes.
Because mkazi musha.
Okay, musha mkazi. But I don't know. Some people are saying, so do these gifts solve the root of the problem Mambo Dutere and wife are facing, and also vanhu varongotaura but inini hangu personally I think
sorry but handisina kukuseka
I just think that sometimes Shadaya says usacho kapoto kadzi ari mazona ka mari inosolve our problems.
If I wanted to say the same.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Yeah, let's go. Say what you want to say.
Personally, I think what Say did, okay, number one, was good to give these guys but zvinonetsa ndezvekuti zvanga zvichinetsa navanhu zvinogadzirisika here
just
because payazoya mari kana kuti zvinhu zvekuti tapiwa mari we are celebrating chipo chatapiwa and we thank Wicknell and we thank whoever handitika but the thing is zvagadzirisika here the major problems dzinogadzirisika here ndo pane kana paine nyaya because imwe nyaya inonge isiri yemari pano paine ma-issues mamwe ari guys atisingagoni kunzwise isusu ma-outsiders tisingagoni kuona rinetsa nechimumba right zvinoona inetsa navanhu zvinoona pane ma-problems ekumba anosolvwa nemari koita ma-problems ekumba yekuti michero bhegi riri apa haasi kuda mari but ada kusolvwa and kana sakusolveka because hatisi kuwa tese pazvinhu so we don't really know that what really transpired kumba kwa Mambo Dutere. I think we might invite him anytime soon to the interview to tell us more about izvozvo and if they are willing and also but I think the thing chekuti Mai Dutere wapowo pavo vaDutere wapowo pavo zvine kakushanda kazvichaitawo kwavari in their kungowawo une zvikwanisiro handizvika because imwe nyaya yekuti kana mari pasina futi kai problem ka ingoti iwe yako yainozve kuzvimirira saka I think ava vakupiwa kwaita ava yavo zvichavabatsira but tisingazivi kuti paproblem yavo are we ever going to see them back together as usual.
Ini nangu personally ma-problems angu ndikangopiwa mari anogona kupera ndinogona ndida kutorambana nemunhu ndobva ndapiwa 100,000 naSay Wicknell ndobva ndapiwa neGD6 inini handimo murambi ende handichatombonya yekutsamwa kana nyaya yako chero yanga ichipisa sendogona kukuregerera because perspective yemunhu ane mari yasiyana nemunhu ane ndisina mari zvafanira munhu arikurwa nemunhu ane nzara nemunhu akaguta. These are two different scenarios. But ini pandauziva ndepekuti pamoney difference kuti mama wapiwa 100,000 baba wapiwa 50,000 saka zviuya kuti baba ndovari wrong here panyaya dzakaita kuti vanetsane
mushamukadzi
iwe pafinances baba ndibaba
unomhanya-mhanya
kane mari mumba ndamai that's why vapiwa yakawanda vachaziva kuti vakutora 100,000 voenda kuzanzibar for vacation vana personal counselor here kana kuti vachaita sei because baba obviously 50,000 vangoti ngatiise chibusiness ngatipinzei makona
kove zvikwereti
vezvikwereti vapi futi
iwe ukapiwa mari ndopaunofonerwa shamwari
zvaitaka tanzwa kuti mapiwa kenga apa munhu kuti ndigarimbokupa 5 pa 10 years aiwa chibva mangonza yese because munotasa kuzoiwana chimbounzai pese zvikwembi.
But also the people now implying that maybe we say we can telling them to go back into their marriage is because ive vari kuti vanhu vapatsandurana iye ifelt to just like go back to their marriage and my issues so said maybe they kuti
no but weekend akataura akati mambo zvinongonetsa nechindi asi try kuti muwirirane inini yangu is now irretrievable hatichakwanisi ndakazotawo move on nechindi but imimi kana zvenyu chiri kwanisa kugadzirisa hana he admitted he said ininiwo as the Bible say kuti do as I say not as I do.
Now that's a good point. That's a good point.
Music ya mambo dudes ingazobudere pasina sonongorana zata.
But I don't like it but it was so nice. I wouldn't know what happened between them. I don't know what happened between them but right ndinagiza
vari right zvirugadzirisika. I had a chat with the Deuteronomy. I think we talk zvokudaro zviri
mushauri ugadzirisika.
Atotara zvinhu zvakati deepei. He assured me that they are working on it. Yeah. There are some issues.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe let's say kana mwe munhu apo.
These issues it's at family level. Remember, it's at family level. So there are certain things that both families need issues. Not just the two individuals. But my family members.
Ndakungokumbira kuti ani mapostori here. Since tambopiwa 150 and vodzokerana. Kana papa nemuwo ojoin. To continue. Because chitendero chavo chinovaribvumiza. I don't think it's a big deal.
Utara kueda
kana panga pane mumwe.
Pana kuedwa backing vocalist.
Kana papa ne backing vocalist pebanga picture. Azvirambidzwe because I doubt these issues are and atongatoni time andiva nawo. Remember nyaya dzakambopisa.
Zvakuenda ndotori kuirana nazvo here. Kana usingabvumwa apa.
Nemari yatabhoborisa iyi 150.
But Banyanze Mari Kapupi also, asked for another car from say week now. And because Aqua Gapiwa yakasangana nenjodzi muna December ndizvi.
That's it. Oh, it happened in December. Yeah. I didn't check the date. Oh, it didn't get kaudara.
Anzi ndokwira kombi remunhu waMwari.
So why is it coming out now?
Anzi mwana wenyu. Anzi ndiri mwana wenyu. Taura yenyu.
It goes DSA week now. Vakatotegwa. Chekutanga ndinotenda Mwari akatipa imi pasi pano. Ndini mwana wenyu Freddy Manjalima kapfupi. Ndinotenda nemudziyo wamakandipa baba. Makabatsira zvikuyu, kuru uye raiwa badza rekuti ndiwane kusakura. Uye ndiwane kufambisa kuenda kumabasa kuti muri dzirarama. Asi mhepowo dzekumusha kwatinobva dzisingade kuona chakanaka pamwana washe. Dzakapindira ndikasangana netsaona. Mota ikadhumwa. Ikaita beyond repair. Musi wa 23 December last year. Baba zvinonzi mwana asingacheme anofira mumbereko. Ini ndachemawo kwamuri zvakare baba kuti handisisina chekufambisa. Baba mwana wenyu ndingakwirawo makombi futi muripo here baba. Ndinowimba message yangu inosvika kwamuri. Baba week ni uchivhayo. Ndatenda nemaoko anonamata maviri.
Asina ndone pane chakaipa mashoko atari nakapfupi ari kukumbira chekufambisa kuti akati angafamba nokombi.
But I'm asking why is it nyaya ikazobuda izvezvi? And we said it's for December.
No, akaposta kaizvezvi.
Akaposta zuro.
Why azobuda izvezvi? Matimoti akaitika December.
Aiwa iyeka mota yakaita December. ndobva azonyatsoti pesa apo kusvika ipapo anyatsofila kuti hei tsoka hadzisikuita kombi haisikuita saka akumbira izvezvizvi saka zvaakuna sewino but sewino anongomupa futi imwe boy anditi
it's just an aqua, guys.
Yeah. After all andite bishop aidazidi ikabva yareplacewa nerange rover saka kapfupi anongoti anoreplacewa nemercedes
anogona piwa C200 sakapiwa vamwe dziyadziya
zvinogona kuda but let's be safe on the roads and also let's have full insurance.
But yakapaziwa mota yamaiona mapictures ayo beyond repair.
Oh yeah, it is beyond, but hopefully you get it.
Let's be safe on the roads. A tragic accident occurred near Zimbabwe River in Kwekwe, resulting in multiple fatalities. The collision involved a fuel tanker, a pirate taxi, and a small lorry. So far, 8 casualties have been reported.
So sad. And I was driving from Lawa on Monday.
Yeah.
Lava Lawa. Mivananzo accident. Nishangoti kutofura.
Hey.
Aiwana vanenge vachifamba. Kusangoteerera mutemo so. But pane munhu andoda kungoripota. Handisi kuzotaura sare kambani yenyu. Ungatsamwa. Pane munhu anga neambulance. Aiti akasvika pane traffic yemota obva abatidza malights ake ambulance akamuona. There is where mamuna patient uminzwa. Murume akatanga akamira murodhi. Vatombondikata vandatsamwa. Tichibva tiri muhighway ati abva afamba asina malights. Tabva tasvika pari katraffic kuti pane kana zvimatenga 4 poti zvimarori zvislow. Vabatidza malights ake. Vati mve ku1 way. Varo vanzi. Inini vanamuteera. Handisi kuramba. Vanaisa mahazards ande. Vanamudada kunzwisa kuti tiri munero. Vanasvika kumberi. Tafamba. Quite as long traffic futi. Kumberi ndamona. Aisa futi.
Achipinda je.
Vazombomira vatenga maorange. So arizochi patient yenda.
Anogona pamwe
andakata kweide beds black.
Anogona anga asina patient. Pamwe aindotora patient.
Ayo akova orange. Akatikovo orange guys. Ayaze bro it's koro yaze bro. I'm not going to kutaurira kubati yaze bro dzakadinakira.
Wamunyara.
Ayo takaseka.
But zvikiitika pama roads honestly on a serious note. My accidents are reported for the past few months, I think for a few weeks.
Yeah, I wonder.
They've been serious. Shawani Road as well.
And we've lost
Mashava Road.
We've lost a lot of people.
Yeah. And now this one Yepa Negrini again Yepa Bridge. It's just something else.
Hey, because we lost Mugo right recently, and also accident I think they've been a very still the wiki road lose one so he actually came here to my performance. It's so sad. Yeah, but I got that first performance as a DJ. I got to and he was so happy. I was like, I came for you. I'm so happy we're going but so it's something that's so sad. And I think I've had more reports of people that I know are going akashakiro and pane prophecy pane prophecy last month. Melonti andakataura kuti parod akataura kuti
and then a day ago akatoti my heart beats faster when I see horrific bus accidents. Lives shall be lost in Zimbabwe. 3 notable accidents.
But I think let's pray for our nation.
Let's pray for accidents. Let's pray for
that spirit accident imbomira. Yes, my prophecies are nowhere, but gatina matefo kundiso. Because you don't know who's gonna die in that bus accident. You don't know muna mai wako, muna baba wako, muna siku wako, ama yako, your child. No. The accident, guys. I think
as long as someone is watching this podcast today, let's just hope no one who's watching live who's part of this podcast who have said news about accidents, be it your family, your loved one, anyone you know. Let's hope this phase doesn't hit anyone who's watching right now. Thank you for being a loved viewer and you're hearing this message because parod pisa. And
speaking of nyaze kudagwa, a Zimbabwean woman Natasha Judith Kofakunesu tragically passed away in Cape Town after reportedly consuming a large quantity of Jack Daniels whiskey. The incident occurred on Sunday at Carl Bremer Hospital. Natasha, who lived in Paro, and had no close family nearby, is being mourned by the local Zimbabwean community, which is now rallying support for her funeral arrangements. Investigations into the exact cause of the death are ongoing. So we don't know. Aisha, can you just read the chat for us? Tinzo Zagamera say that led to her, suicide.
All right. I think I saw them online. I'm not sure how far true they are, but these are the charts that I can post on TikTok on the page. Rakanzi MJ. It went, I don't know why you take things this way. My face with TikTok is I can't even think I have a headache. Me trying to explain things to you. I think this was the girl explaining to the guy. I don't know those rules and I can't say much about me, but I know myself. I'm a good person. I've been around bad and good people, right? Never see that. I used to have a big circle, mostly kubas. I was having life kwandandiri koko Richard. They know me, especially Marare. We recently met in Inewe. You also had your own life with other people. Fine. Yeah, Zoskwa Musoro uteme phone yangu some conversation de kudara. Bangwe wanu ndova nongo sena ma message vakanyora nonsense. Bangwa ndito vazive zimwe ihama. Same ku TikTok abangwe vanotaura zvavanoda haibo handichazive vaizama kureve. We are in the same page now. Nyaya dzekuzivana ndo dzaifanira kutakataura long time back. Zvinotatanga zvevakuru first. Anyways hazvina mhaka. Une zvawakaona mufoni mangu zvawakakubata, but I'm sorry for that. Zvimwe zvakaitika nekusaziva, especially zviri recently. Zvimwe ndaiti kukurukura nehama neshamwari. Nyaya dzacho dzadzako futi hatina musi wano watikambotaura zvekuzivana inyaya yebonde most times. And then the back and forth is showing Isa heartbreak emoji achinzi sorry if you no longer feel me unondiudza hako cause ndikuzama kutsvaga kuti ndakatadze. So I'm sure these charts are showing, but I think Richard, I'm not sure if they're the right charts because chinja post online. If they're the right charts, so said it's showing kuti panic depression pane zvakaitika pane zvakabatwa mufoni and paita misunderstanding and now munhu otadza kuzvitora zvakanaka kuti pane zvaita se and check that you want to teach 40%.
So actually when you consume alcohol you need that much alcohol because that is 40% alcohol
it's too much
by volume. And then remember aku consume chikurumidza, she's binge drinking, she's consuming it in a short amount of time. That leads to alcohol poisoning, right?
Really?
Yeah.
I almost did that.
Yeah, you did.
And just disclaimer.
But honestly speaking, I don't know, Aisha. Kuti, does every breakup, have to be bad, or sometimes it just to be friendly? Breakup possible?
Friendly.
No, I think I think this guy's had like a misunderstanding from the very beginning of the relationship. Because she's saying kuti every conversation we had was sexual. Conversation. So the girl had intentions of getting into a relationship.
Oh yeah.
And the guy angarungodachi
cheat.
So that's the foundation
right.
And ukaona machats angachiverengwa naYayha, the guy just sounded nonchalant. This girl is posting my paragraphs. She's putting her heart out and I go respond achiti
I love you, no.
It's fine. So
unengo chitdanana nemunhu asingakudi
asabata newe.
Oh yeah. But is friendly breakup possible?
Ayakuna. Friendly
breakup.
Kutazi haistakura bara ibosha.
Let's be friends.
Inofamba chiboita conversation achibira tukusidikudze. Ollah. Ndichakudai. I think I just kufamba mushe.
Are you for real?
Tisina so vibe.
Zvan papi.
Unobowa unazondipe mari, but sometimes we're busy. Busy.
Okay, but can't we work it out? Can't we work something out?
No.
Is there any way you didn't my mistakes?
But no hard feelings.
But
I think you find someone, hey? I'm not good.
But
yeah, I might be there here and there, but I wouldn't talk to you much. And especially because when I'm going fast, I will block you.
You block me?
Yeah.
That's even heartbreaking.
There's no sweet heartbreak. Which okay, Sanga, it's fine.
To be blocked.
Right.
I know the block line. The block line.
Because never invested time.
I feel like heartbreak is hard. Ghosting, Raz. But also ghosting. I stuck a ghost. Okay, so.
Reply.
Good morning, Z. Munoye online. Good afternoon. What's your status? Z. Maneru.
Akuona.
Inindi ghost nisikaziye location ngomba kwako.
Ndakatosvika pakubvunza
andouya.
Kochi chiri kuitika. Akaramba kanyarara futi.
Kwanozokubhirutika unomunzwa.
Angakusaiza.
Obva avhura message yako. Obva ati ozonona kana after a few days uzonasa status kana imwe munhu. Kuratidza kuti haana zvekutokuudza. But ane mumwe chi.
But ini nangu ndakazongodiscover mulife. Guys. Ndakatozodzidza kuti kune vamwe vanhu pane munhu unodanana naye asi usingadanane naye poita munhu wakarambana naye usina kurambana naye ndakazozviona zvokuti pane munhu ndinotakana 6 months musingataure musangombonana but pamunongosangana munongoita zvinhu zvamukuita pongobaka faya mongoenda kuti separate ways you know
iyoyo manje iri right like iyoyo kunzisa kuti yes you are connected but munenge musingaudzana kuti live yokamudane munhu
then pakazoita anofarisa anobva bvunza kuti soko what are we tineka kadhat but hatina kurambana hatisi kudanana but hatisi kudanana hatina kurambana but amene zvingoitika inonzi chii that phase
ukabvunza kuti watavewo but tiri muvana vamwari unoti chii
nitsa bhebi ramadyira ndinokaziya kafezi kako but kwete zvimadyira vanozodaro zvavo don't get me wrong but pane munhu wekuti ndatomboziya kuti taisarambana kuti anajolavyan yaigonongonzi haika haiyengoregisa kureply
exactly
togara kana 6 months
yozongonzi ndeti
ndobatasakana parobot kuti
kuiwe wanokuita sei
paka pastation
panomboepakwa
urisiya kuenda ore saka uchipedza meeting ndokuona after meeting
nemotonana
after meeting naona relationship yadzoka
yatanga panopera that 2 days
2 days 3 days ziko
pane munhu unonyatsokukoneka naye unonyatsovibe naye you can talk about everything nemunhu iyeye but hamusi kudanana hamuna kurambana wakambotara naye kuti I love you even akakuudza kuti I love you nhasi you know kuti I love you ndekuti anongondifarira anondida munhu but hatisi kuyazoti eda hana pressure futi kakazoti nimwe mukomana anongoti it's okay watiseko ndakakoda muri
kuti uya
mozongotangidza futi I think that amana guys you just have to confess you have to confess guys unaye munhu wokuti hauna kurambana naye but udanana naye kuita udanana naye usakurambana naye
exactly munhu ukatofollow the problem anotopula
anongouya kuti apo
kuti ashapa de anoya chimanya
pane mabhebhi ekuti ndinotozoti bhebhi rakati ndikatoritsa kuti ndepi
uri kupi
chatotanga
tikuonana
here are we meeting
ndikupedza basa
ndikudze uri kupi ino after waita se waisaka status wakatsvukira zvako
but tagarisa
vanhu vari toxic yes ina handitangu ane vavo
okay but it's okay guys we just want to thank you guys isati pedze munhu zamunongoziva tipedze but titangoti titende kune ma-followers edu ese ma-subscribers edu ese podcast you know just for the month of May we had 16 million views in total munyika munono wangani
isusu topisi
14 million
wari pa social media wangani right so tinobata Zimbabwe and beyond
yes
if you look at our statistics here we've got Zimbabwe, we've got South Africa, we've got UK, we've got Australia, USA, Canada, German slightly but these major countries andatara aya tinema fans edu kuti uyaone they follow our podcast religiously if you don't drop any episode they say guys why we say this sabotage you know we say so we want to say thank you so much guys for all the support don't forget guys to subscribe to our YouTube channel go and click subscribe like aumbo misa any show and artist kuzomira kwa shows anona kids content good content You only get it here.
Fofa, they quote it at me. But also, if you're watching,
you don't pay license there. You don't pay license to watch us.
Ollah.
They
They
don't.
don't
Pay license to watch us. Your data, your Wi-Fi, then you pay.
Honorable member. Here is one young podcaster actually bragging that it's not
60 million.
So what to tax them?
So imagine we put dollar on every via, we get 60 million revenue to the country.
Yeah.
So I am such them. But if you're also watching right now live and you're from any country, we're coming flag country, you are Zimbabwean or you're not even Zimbabwean, but you support us. She'll come and flag Timbo Zivan. We're not going to summit Yakopano, why Australia, for Australia, profile picture, Shukira, Yoga Shibira, caramel chocolate. So make sure if you're just in another country, Jimbo Tipo Moto comment section, what type of flag?
Fire emojis.
Let's see the flag.
And also, don't forget to follow our WhatsApp channel as well. The Ollah 7 podcast. We are on Spotify. Guys, go on Spotify and follow us on Spotify. The Ollah 7 podcast. We are there. And we give you content is... Managa, guys. We are always ahead of everything, guys. Right? We move with the time, guys.
We love you, Gogo.
If you haven't watched this episode, go and check it out on our YouTube channel. Interview ya Gogo Lady. I think kana waita stress. Waro ni murumi warabone mfeso wako maneza ne baby yako chimbwena unaona show ya Gogo Lady. You can be okay. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. Okay, guys. Kwana sister to buy. Signing out from Ollah 7.
We love you. Protocols FT.
I'm not signing out before I read my trending later.
Sorry. Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Let's hear the letter.
But you ever wakabaiza. Last week I said atipe detail remunaga.
Ratanyati askubatika. I mean
data. Unlimited. So that angajona podcast unlimited. Ndakutengera but asunzera astabatika.
Tanyati I think data rake rakapera
Tanya batika.
Kana muchimuziya Tanyati kumaraini.
Link.
Ndakumpa data. Angachona podcast. Okay, go ahead.
So this one is from my Sazita. Her name is Aisha Norin Zinyemba. It goes, "Hi, the Ollah 7 podcast. I need your help. I am a 24-year-old female based in Johannesburg. I was meant to be in my final year of studies, but due to some personal and financial challenges, I've been unable to continue. I'm reaching out in the hope that you might be able to assist in some way, or possibly refer me to someone who could help me get back on track. Any form of support, guidance, or advice would mean a lot. Thank you so much for taking the time to read this." So comment section, advice, any form of guidance, Tibatsrewo, please. She's listening.
Yeah. Mungo is maonere you guys. Mgambatsre say. It's about uplifting others, right?
True.
Yeah, so you guys go and help this one. Don't forget to subscribe. Like I said, we are back again next week. Ollah 7, Yayha from Aisha,
Empress
Aisha, and of course, Patson behind the scenes. He's ever quiet. He's ever quiet. And he shall forever be quiet.
Sorry guys, next week my flu will be fine. I'll be laughing.
Flu.
Comment last week. Yayha no tokosorao.
Guys have a bad flu.
These days, Yayha ane gosoro.
Last time I'm not laughing a lot. So I'm going,
See you guys signing out.